Have you finally found the makeup of your dreams? A makeup that people are complimenting you on. Your skin looks absolutely beautiful close up, but it wears off halfway through the day? Well, you've come to the right place because I'm going to tell you how to keep Seint on for a long-wearing, long-lasting makeup. And you know how I know? Because for 25 years, I've done women's makeup, and not one time in 25 years did I put someone in my chair and 4 hours later, their makeup disappeared. So it's usually operation error, and that's okay. You're here to learn. So I have all the tips and tricks today to make Seint longer wearing so that you can wear it for any special occasion, any day, summer, humidity, vacation, doesn't matter. You've come to the right place. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler, an over 25-year professional makeup artist, and I'm the creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass, a series of over 20 videos just on mature technique. I encompass all budgets, all ages over 40, but I designed it specifically because as our face changes as we age, technique needs to change, products need to change. So it's a wealth of information. You can always click my link in the bio or in the description, and you can always go there and check out a quick video. Okay. So for the most part, people have no problems with keeping Seint makeup all day, but I do have the woman who occasionally reaches out and says to me, it's gone in a few hours, and there's some reasons for that. So we're going to discuss today how to keep Seint on longer. I work a lot from home, but even when I worked out in the field and I was a makeup artist doing production, I could wear it all day. And even when I had to wear a mask, you know, sometimes it would wear off around the mouth and chin because you're speaking under a mask. But if I set it really well with a setting spray, it did pretty well. I was in San Antonio last month for our big conference, and I would put my makeup on in the morning and I would wear it kind of on the light sheer side because I knew I was meeting a bunch of people that I've never met before close up. And what do we say? We're the Look Good Close Up Club. I never want people to see me and go, ooh, she's got a lot of makeup on. I always want to look like fresh, healthy skin at any age. So I would put it on the natural side. And we always had big events at night, and we would come back to the hotel. We'd maybe kind of lay in the air conditioning and kind of rest for a while. And then it was up and doing our hair and, you know, kind of touching up our face for evening. And I brought some wipes with me thinking, well, I can always take off my daytime makeup real quick, not eyes, because you can always add to eyes, but I could take it off and put it right back on heavier for nighttime. I didn't have to do that. I would get real close up. I always travel with a magnification mirror, and I would get real close up in the mirror, and I was like, wow, my makeup looks really beautiful. And we were even walking around the streets of San Antonio, and it was warm. It was in the 70s, and so I was just really impressed. And what I would do is maybe go in or, you know, when you eat, you kind of wipe your mouth with a napkin and everything. So during the day we would eat. And so I noticed that maybe I needed to touch up a little bit around here, but that was kind of it. Maybe a little bit around the nose, but that was it. I did not have to touch up my makeup. I just lightly powdered, maybe added a little more blush, and that's it. So let's talk about how to keep it on longer. The number one reason most women cannot keep makeup on, unless it's like known to be long wearing, water resistant. Like I did a whole Anastasia video. Her foundation is very long wearing, water resistant, sweat proof. I just did a little video over on TikTok for Lancome Teint Idole. I know for a fact that's long wearing. I've used it on actors on hot, humid days and commercials. I barely had to touch it up. But when you are talking about really, really long wearing formulas, they're not going to look as skin-like close up, and they're going to have ingredients in it that hold it on longer, like polymers and plasticizers. And frankly, there's a lot of similar ingredients in hairspray. It's what holds it on to the face. you can go that route for sure, but if you really want to make Seint work, you have to have better skin prep. So I'm talking right now specifically to the oily and combo skin woman. You have to skin prep your skin properly, or you're going to be dehydrated and you're going to drink in all the makeup because your skin is thirsty. Also, if you don't skin prep properly, if you don't hydrate properly, then you're going to produce more oil. So I know some people try to kind of rob their face of skincare because, oh, I'm so oily. Depriving your face of hydration is going to cause your skin to produce more oil. I'm sure we all know that by now. I learned that in the 90s and it was fascinating to me, but it's true. So as an oily customer who wears Seint, you would definitely wash your face in the morning. You want to get off all those oils and dead skin cells that you accumulated through the night. You want to do some type of a toner or essence or something that kind of preps your skin for hydration. And then I would do some kind of hydrating serum. Hyaluronic acid serum, the snail mucin essence is great, but something that really hydrates and makes your skin feel very supple. Now, because you are going to be using cream-based makeup, you can actually skip the moisturizer part because you're gonna also go in with an SPF, right? So you could even find a hydrating SPF. For oily skin, a great one is Isntree. I don't have it here. It's probably in my Korean section, but there is one called Isntree Hydrating Water Gel. Anything that says water gel is going to be great for oily skin, and it's going to hydrate. I love for drier skin this Naturium Dew Glow 50. I have it on today, but I wouldn't recommend this for real oily skin. So SPF is always the last step in your skincare. This is your last step of your skincare before you're going to go on to primer. We'll talk about primer in a minute. The reason I say for oily and combo skin to skip moisturizer is because you've cleansed your face, you've locked some hydration in with a serum. This is wax and cream base. You probably don't need any more moisturizer on your face. So you can go right to a primer and then this. For my drier skin, my dry, mature skin, women who have tiny pores and they have visible dryness, definitely use a moisturizer. Definitely use a dewy or glowy or some type of moisturizing SPF. And then you probably don't need a primer at all and you can go right into this. Or I've always talked about Embryolisse. This is like a moisturizer and primer in one. So it's lovely. But remember, primer is first step of makeup. And this is where it can get confusing. A lot of women are like, well, I need an SPF, but I also need a primer, but this is a moisturizer primer. I want you to think of this just as a primer. Don't think of this as your skincare. So you can do all of your skincare, do your SPF, wait a few minutes, and for dry skin, if you want a primer, you might not need it at all, but you could go in with Embryolisse, okay? But let's talk to our oily combo. Even normal skin can get a little bit of sheen during through the T-zone. You're going to need a water-based primer, okay? This is super important. And this is the Milk Hydro Grip. I've used this for maybe a year and a half. I put it in my Pro Kit, but e.l.f. Cosmetics came out with a very similar formula, and it's $10, and it's green. So that's how you know they were trying to dupe it. So that is $10. It's called e.l.f. Power Grip, and it is a water-based primer, okay? The water-based primers have a grip. They're gonna grip your makeup and hold it in place, okay? So now you've properly skin prepped, you have your SPF, you've waited a few minutes, and now you're gonna go in. I don't care if it's e.l.f. or Milk Hydro Grip. Look, one pump, that's all you need. One pump, and watch what we're gonna do. We're just gonna put it where our largest pores are. And usually that is around the T-zone, okay? We really usually don't have a lot of pores on the outside of your face. Now, if you have excess, you can always pat it out. But I really want you to think about, where are my pores the most visible and where does my makeup disappear? I also see a lot of face touchers. My friend Kara was always a face toucher. She was always like, I don't know why I can't keep makeup on, you know, and she was constantly touching her face. And I'm like, you touch your face all the time. And she's like, I do? She wasn't even aware of it. Guess what? She went to esthetician school. She became an esthetician. She never touches her face. Guess what? I hooked her up with Seint. It looks beautiful from morning till night. I've been with her on long, long, long days, and it's beautiful at the end of the day. And I'm so proud of her because she doesn't touch her face anymore. I'm on water today, y'all. I got off Diet Dr. Pepper for a while. Okay. I'm going to talk to you about a couple things because we want that primer to set. You want to give primer a minute or two to set, okay? Today, I have on Lashify. I did a whole video on it 2 Saturdays ago. I did this set a week ago. Now, I told you in the video, I never wear Lashify longer than 3 or 4 nights. I can't stand the way it feels. Then I love to take them off. I like about a day or two with nothing on my eyes, and then I'll put a new set on. I cannot believe this has been on 7 or 8 nights. It looks so good close up. It's not janky. It's not gross. I clean my eyes every morning, every night with this. I clean the lashes with this every morning when I wake up and every night before I go to bed. And I'm telling you, I can't feel them. And I'm just so shocked at how good they look. So there you go. Okay. So here's how we're going to keep on Seint a little bit longer than normal. We've got the Power Grip on, whether it's e.l.f. or Milk, and it's gripping primer. It's also locking in the pores so that we're not drinking in our makeup. Plus you did a good skin prep, okay? These are all very important steps. And do not touch your face. And ask people in your life, do you see me touching my face a lot? Because I'm telling you, so many of you you're not even aware of it. Now, normally what I would do, and you've seen me do this dozens and dozens of times here, is I like to go in with my foundation, but we're going to shake it up a little bit today. We're going to do it differently because over on the TikTok, Miss Mary Phillips, who is a well-known celebrity makeup artist, she does, I need something on my lips. She does Hailey Bieber, and I mean, she does all the big stars. And she came on TikTok, and she's even on Instagram. And guess what? She does underpainting before she does foundation. And that way she wears less foundation, less concealer, because she underpaints. Well, guess what? Where did I first see underpainting at? Oh, that's right. Seint's been doing it for 5 years. So you'll see women, you know, they'll take colors and they'll polka dot it all over their face. And you know that I'm not a fan of that. And I've seen a lot of people abandon Seint because of that technique. I've even had women come into comments on Instagram and say, I returned to all of Seint. I never could get it to blend. I don't know what voodoo you guys are doing because y'all make it look so easy to blend. I couldn't get it to blend. And it's the polka dot method. I'm not a fan of it for mature skin. If you're young and you love it, enjoy it. It looks fun. It doesn't work on mature skin, okay? So I am going to go in and start underpainting my face. Just like Miss Mary Phillips, okay? Because if it's good enough for Hailey Bieber, it's good enough for us, doggone it. Now, our bronzer does have a little bit of coverage in it, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of bronzer. And if you are not a bronzer person, not everyone is. Not everyone likes bronzer. Not everyone grew up wanting that sun-kissed, you know, French Riviera look. That's okay. If you grew up with a mom who preached SPF, if you grew up with a mom who had beautiful light skin and didn't believe in tanning, good for you. I'm jealous because we were all obsessed with the beach in Southern California. Okay, so you can see I already have that on a good portion of my forehead, right? So I'm not going to need foundation in all those areas. Then I'm going to want to put it on my outer face, in my temples. Now I'm not contouring, it's just bronzer, it's warm, because I don't believe in contouring the temples because we're already hollowing out there. We never want to contour where we're hollowing out. By the way, check back Saturday. My whole Saturday video this week is contouring right for the mature face. Can you contour over 40? The answer is yes and no. So check back on Saturday. Okay, we're going on the nose a little bit. We might come back to the nose later. Bottom of the chin. My neck is really light, so I like to do a little bronzer on the neck to warm up my neck. I still have this big lump under here from where the muscles are connected and hasn't really mellowed out. Okay. So there we go, bronzer all over the face. So if you get real close up to me, oh, and guess what? Tate's not invited in my studio anymore. 2 nights ago, I have these 2 beautiful lights right here, and you can see this one is coming at me this way. It's always I keep 2 professional lights at the corner of my table. This one is working. This one, he chewed the power cord right through it, severed it. I was so mad because it was like $50 to get a new cord. So we are currently waiting for that to come, and that's why I'm only kind of lit from one side today. I'm gonna take a little bit of the bronzer and put it in my crease. Again, this look is not for everyone. If you love bronzer, it's a great look. If you don't love bronzer, I'm not suggesting that you start putting a bronzer in your crease. Bronzer is a very specific look. It's a very specific lifestyle. It says, hey, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. The kids today are a lot smarter, but we just didn't have all the information back then we do today. You know, would I do it differently? Probably. Okay, so there we go. Now, if you want a contour, here's shadow. And guess what? I don't know where my contouring brush is. I seriously don't know where my contouring brush went. So I'm gonna use this one. Who is this by? House Labs. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do contour on Saturday, but our contour also has the tiniest bit of coverage, tiniest bit. I'm using the color called Shadow because I want it to look like a shadow. Now, I wouldn't wear contour for daytime unless it was like a really special occasion, maybe a wedding, maybe you're getting professional headshots. But I just don't think it's really necessary for daytime. But I'll tell you what I love it for. I love it for my nose, so we'll do that in a minute. But do you see how everything now is just kind of coming together? And yet I don't have a stitch of anything as far as foundation or concealer or demi. Obviously, you know I'm going to use demi. You already know that. Okay. I am going to take a little bit of my shadow. I love to contour my nose. I really love it. I've always had a wider nose. Never felt like I needed a nose job or anything. I was just aware my nose, the bridge of my nose was wider. And then our nose starts to dip as we get older. So I'm kind of putting a little bit of shadow here, the sides of my nose. You want to make sure it's blended so when people get close up, it doesn't look like a big old stripe, right? See how that just looks like a natural shadow? And then I do have the littlest dip right here, but the best part is I have a pimple And we are literally covering that pimple with contouring. And now we don't even have to worry about demi, because my pimple's totally covered with this contour. Okay? So I like to contour my nose. That's what I like to do. You don't have to. I'm not telling you, but I love it. Okay? So we're doing good so far, right? I am going to go in with Demi before I do foundation. Demi's color correcting wax. Everyone needs different colors, so don't assume that you need the exact color I do. You might need a totally different color. But I'm gonna go in with a peach. I'm gonna stay back here because that light. I have a new setup too, if you guys haven't noticed. I'm not using my tripod anymore. I bought a makeup mirror that lights up. So I'm sitting at this big mirror. It's so pretty. And my phone has little suction cups on the back of it. So I just suction cup it right to the mirror. So I can see myself in this mirror here. This is suction cupped. I could put this on the mirror too, but it's easier for me to hold it. But do you see how that demi just took away my color? See how I'm kind of purpley, reddish, and then it took the color away? Now it's not going to take dents away, right? We have to be honest about three-dimensional issues. Women will get the peach and they'll say, hey, I still have big dark circles under my eye. I said, do you have dark circles or do you have dents? Are the dark circles colored, or are you seeing dents because of light and shadow? And then 9 times out of 10, they'll say, oh, it's actually my dents. And I'm like, yeah, peach is not going to correct that, but these will take out excess color. And now I'm going to take my lighter side. Y'all already know this. Y'all are pros already. I'm going to take my lighter peach and I'm literally lightly, look how lightly I'm buffing that under the eye. So it's going to give this beautiful sheen because it's a wax. It's going to lightly camouflage any blue veins I have under my eye. I like to take it in that outer corner because it lifts the eye. And look at that. And then look at me close up. Oh shoot, we don't have the good light, but this is looking blotchy, but don't worry, we're gonna fix all that. That's looking real blotchy. But you know what's weird? It doesn't look blotchy in the mirror. It's probably the high def camera. Anyway, we'll fix it. So, it just looks like skin, right? Because we're just doing an underpainting. And I love this side of the brush. So whether you get the spot brush or the bright brush, or maybe you have both, I have both. That's my favorite thing to use to brighten under the eye, because look how bright that looks. And then I can even take a little bit of it and I can highlight the tip of my nose, but it looks like skin. If you get close up, it's not gonna look pearly like an illuminator. And I love our illuminators, but sometimes you don't want a pearly nose, but you want it to be high. Now look, do you see how my little nose looks like it's a little like button? That's how my nose looked when I was younger. I had the cute little button nose. I had a broad bridge. So we're doing, look at that. Do you see how I just highlighted my nose? No foundation on my nose, 0. Fascinating, right? Okay, so I am happy with that. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of some green, yellow, a little green yellow, and I'm gonna get my broken capillaries. And I'm not gonna do my chin yet because now we're gonna go in with, but look, if you saw me close up, other than the fact that I need some blush, should we do blush first? Let's do blush first for kicks and giggles. Let's do it. I'm not gonna do R5 today. Shocking, I know. I'm not doing R5 today. I'm gonna do, is this nude or Ibiza? Oh my goodness. This might be nude. Let's see. Is this nude? I really like nude. Oh no, is this Ibiza? I can't see. Seint, help a sister out. This is Ibiza. Okay, I'm gonna use Ibiza. Ibiza is one of our new colors that they've made permanent. It was a popular color last year. It was a seasonal color, and now they've made it permanent, okay? So I'm gonna put Ibiza on using the opposite side of my bronzer brush. This is the bronzer blush brush. And I'm gonna tell you something. I probably need, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I probably definitely need to wash my brushes. It's probably been a month. I know, gross. Okay. And then you don't have to, but in my opinion, when you go out into the sun, you get a little color on the nose. I like to go into the temple with my blush because we get color on the sides of our face. And then you know I love to do the outer eyes with blush. I'm gonna pop a little eyeshadow on for you today too, okay? Oh my gosh. Yo, I have no foundation on my face. My whole face is bronzer, a little contour, blush, demi. I mean, you can see down here, I need a little coverage. My chin has nothing. My forehead has nothing. So now we can go in with the foundation. Now we can do it, okay? And we're gonna use the tiniest amount. And because we're gonna use the tiniest amount, I'm gonna go in with the pointy side of my 3D brush. I'm gonna do the pointy side. And watch. I don't need it everywhere. Look at that. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this other side and I'm just going to blend it in. I have a new sunspot coming. So I'm using Muesli, which is Muesli spot cream for melasma and sunspots. And I'm committing to it for 3 months. I'm using it every night for 3 months. You can use your skincare with it too, but I'm using it. Okay, look at how polished my forehead looks, and I really only have some 3D foundation right there, okay? Anyway, I'll let you know how the product does. Okay, I can go a little bit down the center of my nose. And now look, my nose looks even more natural. The underpainting is still under there, but look, close up. Thank you, Tate, for screwing with me. But do you see the sheen on my nose? Like, I still look like I have skin. I don't look makeup-y. Now, I like to take a little bit I love foundation on the upper lip because I'm definitely discolored a little on my upper lip. Look, a little on the chin. But look, I'm really textury right here still. Just because I had a facelift doesn't mean I don't still have mature texture. So what I can do is I can kind of avoid those areas. Now take my fingers or take the stands out sponge that I always use, and you can just kind of lightly tap over it so you have foundation but not very much right there. Okay, same for upper and same for here. This light color that I put on my inner face blends into the cheek, and look at that. That is beautiful. I hardly have any foundation on. We'll do a little here. Inner cheek. I'm not going under the eye, but I'm going up to where the demi was. But I'm not going under the eye. It looks like I am, but I'm not. My pad of my finger is stopping right here, because I never want to put anything over demi. I want demi to just be beautiful on its own. Okay? Look at how natural and beautiful that looks. And then I'm going to take a little bit. This is Athens. And I really see the discoloration. But guess what? As my friend Amanda always says, this part of our face has very little movement, and it has no texture or wrinkles or anything. So we can go a little heavier right here. And look at how beautiful that looks. We can go a little heavier on the jawline if we need it, because there's nothing about the jawline that ages us. And now I can kind of blend in that contour, which close up was looking really blotchy. But look at that. That's beautiful. Okay? I like to use my fingers to kind of pat it in. I like skin blends on skin. Now my nose is still contoured, but you can't see all of it. My forehead has bronzer and contour, but you can't see all of it. Do you see that? That is so pretty. I'm going to look at it close up. I'm going to make sure I'm all blended. Okay. Really pay close attention to the eyebrows too, because sometimes makeup doesn't want to blend nicely. But wherever you see like a little area where you're like, oh, that's not quite blended, that's okay. Take your finger. Y'all, I'm loving that. And I love that nude blush. Now that I have it all blended in, if I want to take the tiniest bit of my R5 Demi, I can. That's that bright pink. I can totally take, because now everything's blended in. And watch. Just in the apple of my cheek, just pounce it a little bit. Just kind of in the apple. And it brings that little flush of pink to the face, and it looks like skin. It doesn't look like you have makeup on. Okay, now here's the magic, okay? I'm gonna come back to eyes in a minute, but here's the magic. Oh, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? We are going to do our lips first. And you know what? I have too much lip balm on. Because this Ibiza is so pretty on the lips. I think. You might think it's too blah. Now notice how I haven't powdered my face yet, right? I have not powdered my face yet. I'm gonna do a little bit of contouring with my shadow color. Little tiny bit under the lip, little bit, and a little bit back on the nose, because I blended. And you can even do a little bit of contour at the top. It doesn't work for everyone, but I love it. Okay, watch. Ready? Watch how much setting spray I use. My friend Carla and I used this setting spray in San Antonio. I need you to really mist your face. This is Cali Ray. And then you know I also love my Charlotte Tilbury, okay? This really locks in the makeup, really locks it in. I've used this for years in my pro kit. Women will come back to me 6-7 hours after I've done their makeup, and all I have to do is retouch their lips and possibly powder a little bit around their nose. This stuff really locks it in. But I am really, really impressed with the Cali Ray. I need you to saturate your face. I don't want you dripping, but I want you wet, because that is what's going to keep it on. She designed this. This is Wendy. She used to own Urban Decay, and now she owns Cali Ray. She sold Urban Decay years ago. But I'm telling you, this stuff, it says shake well, it didn't shake well. This stuff, if you're impatient, you could always walk around your house, grab a cup of coffee, take out the trash, let the dog out, check a couple emails, or we could just do this and be done. Okay. Wow. Wow. Are we loving this? I have very little makeup on my whole face, very little. It seems like a lot of steps, but if you look close up, I have very little makeup on my face. Now we can take the vanilla dusting powder, and now we can press it just where we need it. Only where we need it. Not everyone needs it. If you are dry and you want to be glazed donut, don't use powder. I like it down my T-zone. I like to be glowy out here, but I like my T-zone to be more natural. Okay? Now, just because I have you here, I'm going to take a little bit more of my light peach, and I'm going to go, ooh, yeah, up in that brow bone with that light peach demi. And then, what eyeshadow should we use? Kind of want to use a crazy one today. Hold, please. I want to have fun with my eyes today, since I'm keeping everything kind of more because I'm keeping everything more natural. I want to have fun. I'm going to do a little bit of this fun green. Oh yeah. How cute is that? It's so fun to have fun. You guys are always asking me for more tips too. And if you don't like to wear bronzer in your crease, you could wear Bubba or Chai or so many different colors. Labyrinth. You could wear a lot of different colors. And I'm going to kind of wing it out a little bit, just so from the side you can really see that color. Isn't that cute? Holy moly, I love that. Now, I think I'm going to take the same brush. I'm going to put some setting spray on a different, I'm doing a lighter, get you the name of it in a minute. I'll tell you what both these colors were, but I just wanted to have a little more fun today. Oh my gosh. I am such a sucker for sparkle. Do you see how it's lighter right there? It's because I'm using a lighter shadow with it. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. And we can even go into the inner corner, because why not? We're going to commit to that look. Oh, look at that. You doggone it, Tate. So mad at him. Hopefully by Saturday, my new power cord will be here and we'll have better lighting for the contour video. But yeah, see how it's right in there? Oh my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, and then let's go in with the tiniest bit of NV1. Tiny bit, tiny, tiny bit. And we're gonna do right above the lash line, just to create a little bit of shadow. I love NV1 as eyeliner because it literally just looks like a smudgy shadow on your eye. It doesn't look like makeup. And then what's left on the brush, I'm not re-dipping. I'm gonna go the tiniest bit under my lashes, because again, it creates that natural shadow that when you look at it close up, it just looks like a cast shadow. Not fun. And then let's do a little Ibiza on the lips. It's like a pink nude. It reminds me of MAC Cherish. MAC made the prettiest color called Cherish. It was just like a pink beige. Okay, what do we think? Look at that. Can you see that close up? I'm still not liking it. You know, it's weird. I'm looking in the mirror and I look smooth, but in here, from the high def, I look blotchy. Well, you know what? I am not the hugest fan of the Seint contour, but I think it's because it's an older one and I probably need to heat it up. So come back Saturday and I'll show you a better version of it. Okay? This side looks better. You see that little bit? But we have to be careful because I already have a little natural shadow. So we have to kind of be careful. Okay, it's probably time to go do my hair, but you get the gist. So now we're all locked in with this. We powdered after we were dry, and this makeup should last for easily 8, 9, 10 hours, okay? So come back to me if you try this. Let me know in comments, or please go to Instagram, DM me there. I would love to hear if this video helped you in keeping your Seint makeup on longer. Many of us have zero problem at all, but even if you don't really notice if it stays on long or not, maybe you're just like me and you don't pay much attention, I still want you to try this method because I think it is going to amaze you at how long it stays on and how little we actually put on our face. Very little. That's why this makeup is so beautiful, because we wear so little of it and we can get real close up and nothing, like I look like I'm just hydrated through my texture areas. I don't see dry and cakey. I don't see anything collecting. That's beautiful. Anyway, join me Saturday for a video all on contour. Is it for you? Who is it for? How to do it right? And what are the best products to use over 40 for the contour? And I think I will just leave you with God loves you and so do I. And I will see you back here Saturday. Bye for now.